Hey everybody, D here at Daily Gaming, back with more Ark on the Ragnarok map. And in this episode, we're finally going to get into some taming. So as I mentioned before, the previous episode, it really changes the pace of the game. I mean, I'm in the metal tools, I have a decent base set up here, and we're just getting into our first tame. Like, yeah, the new settings with the level multipliers, it really changes just the whole pace of it. So, oops, it's not burning. It needs to be going. So before we head out, it's not much, but it's something. Get that going again. Drop off this extra stuff. Let's go ahead and get that wood, or meat, cooked. Alright, so now we're ready to go. So I think I mentioned something about a iguanodon in the previous episode. Normally, let's go ahead and actually look up engrams real quick. That's not the right button. There we go. So the very first, I mean, you could tame almost, if you know what you're doing and if you're careful, you can tame almost anything at any point. Some things are impossible to tame at a low level. You have to have tranq darts or shock darts to tame them, or you have to have a certain type of food to tame them. So some things are impossible. But in general, as long as you're careful and you know what you're doing, you can tame a lot of stuff fairly early with just a slingshot and with rocks. It's not easy to do, but you can. I don't like taming with slingshots. Typically, the only early game tames I'll do is with a wooden club, bolas, on like a high level parasaur. You gotta be careful because you can beat them to death before you knock them out if you are too aggressive. But you can do the same thing with a slingshot. You can beat them to death before you knock them out. You gotta be careful. But the first saddle you can get is a Fioma, and a Fioma isn't a great mount. They're fast. They have okay weight. They have horrible damage, and they can't even gather berries. So that they're literally just made to run around. That's it. Uh, Now they're not that fast, so you're gonna have a hard time outrunning stuff. But they have okay health too, so they're a little tanky. Um, the next, wait, I thought that was another one. Oh, the next one's a Parasaur. Parasaur is pretty good. It's not that fast. Has good weight. They can have good health. Their damage isn't that great either, but they're good at gathering berries and thatch. So this is a good early tame. They can help you carry stuff, and they can get you around the map if you're careful and if you avoid the really dangerous dinosaurs, you can get around the map with a decently leveled one. The next one is a Carbonimus. I don't know how to say it. It's the turtles. We've actually, I don't think I've seen any turtles. Yeah, we've seen a turtle. Yeah, the spawn on this map has been weird on this game session. I don't know. Usually there's a lot more things going on. But anyways, they're not bad. They have very high health. They're actually really easy to tame with just a slingshot because they have high health. You're pretty much guaranteed to knock them out before you kill them. And because of their high health, they're very, very tanky. They can take a heck of a beating, and they actually have decent damage. The downside to them is they're incredibly slow. You can easily outrun them. It takes them forever to get around the map, so they'll do in a pinch, but they're not really that great. The other plus or advantage to them is that they act as a preserving bin. For some reason, it's something with a shell, I guess. I don't know. Uh, the game logic, at least. If you put stuff on them, it extends the life of it, like your meat and everything. So if you're playing with base settings and you're not getting the preserving bin for a while, a turtle is a good way to have a early preserving bin. After that, what is there? I know that Raptor's an early one you can get. Raptors are pretty easy to tame. A Packy. I've never tamed a Packy. Uh, I hear they're easy. You just don't aim for the head because their head they take no damage at all, so you can't knock them out that way. You have to get them in the body, and you gotta be careful because they can knock you out or beat you to death with their heads. It's the Ichthyosaurus. I think this is the dolphin. There's like three in here that have a name almost exactly like that. There's the seagull, there's the dolphin, and oh, I'm thinking of the Pelagornis. That's the bird one. Never mind. There's two of them that have that. But anyways, uh, the dolphin. I've never tamed any water life, so I can't say anything about it. I know that they're friendly. They come up. They'll follow you around and everything. If you get attacked, they won't help you, but they'll follow you around and you're in the water and stuff. It's pretty cool. Uh, Trikes are good. High health, high damage, decent weight. They're really good at gathering berries and thatch. Uh, you can tame them with a slingshot. You gotta be careful though, if because they're charging at you. So and their head takes reduced damage, and so it takes reduced torpor. So if you keep hitting the head, you can kill them before you knock them out. You have to get body shots when you're trying to tame a trike. After that, raptors. Raptors really easy. Hit them with Ebola and hit them with some trank arrows. Uh, you'll knock them out. If you're going to use a slingshot, you need to get them into a taming pen. Uh, yeah, like there's if you're using slingshot, you will not knock them out before they break free of the Ebola, and the torpor will not be high enough to make them run away. Hyedons, you can't ride them, but you can. But here's a pack for them. They can carry meat. They get a huge weight reduction in meat. They get, and they can, and it preserves the meat. The meat will last a lot longer. Hyenodons are not easy to tame though. They're passive tames. You have to sneak up on them and pet them. And if they aggro on you, then it'll attack you, which is pretty easy to happen because they're usually in packs. If you look up Flinger Foo's channel, he actually has a Hyenodon taming pen. It's you make it out of wood. I've never tamed a Hyenodon. I've never used it, but from what I've seen him do with it, it works really, really well. You can lure or drop a Hyenodon in there, and then you can get underneath the wood of the taming pen, and you can pet it, and it'll never aggro on you. So it makes it a lot easier to tame. Then after that, like I'm not going to go through all of them, but I just want to go through the ones that we could have done by saddles alone. Because like I said, I mean, if you're dedicated enough, you can tame Carnos with a slingshot. I mean, if you really want to. Like Equus is another one. That's another passive tame, kind of passive actually, but you have to have carrots. They can only be tamed with carrots. So if you don't have carrots, then you can't do it. If you're playing, if you're playing on the other side of the map, off to the east in the highlands, carrots actually grow out there. There's a old farmhouse. It's in rubble, but the crops are still there, so you can gather rock carrots, savroot, the potato, and long grass seeds from it. So if you're over there, you can tame an Equus. You just got to deal with, the Gigasaurus or Gigantosaurus, whatever it's called over there. But anyways, so those are just some of them. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of them. Scorpions, kangaroos, Stegosaurus, a Pachyrhinosaurus. I'm not even sure what a Pachyrhinosaurus is. Mantises, which I might actually do soon. Mantises look cool. I've never tamed, like I said, never tamed any wildlife. Gallimimus, which isn't a great tame. They don't have high weight. They don't have any damage, or they have low damage, but they're fast. Megalosaurus. It's this giant hairy creature. It's pretty cool, but they're not fast. I'm not sure about them. Now, Iguanodon's what I'm going to be looking for. Iguanodon is like an upgraded Parasaur. It has better weight, better health, a much higher damage, and it's a lot faster. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm also going to keep an eye out for Ankylosaurus, because now that we're in metal, I need an Anky to help gather metal. Yeah, Iguanodon, I never tamed him, and then I was watching Flinger Foo. He's doing a underdogs challenge where he's trying to take on the island using the least desirable dinosaurs to try and beat the game. And he's doing pretty good. And Iguanodon was one of the ones he tamed, and I was watching him use it, and I was like, oh my god, that thing's a lot better than I realized it was. Like, he's using it not because most people ignore it, and that's why it's, you know, it's an underdog. If I can't find it in a high level iguanodon, I'm gonna tame the best parasaur I can find. Level 95. Now I need to keep an eye out because in the previous episode we came across that raptor and we handled them. I thought I saw a raptor tail. Is that an ova? That's a Trudon. That's not good. Now it's daytime, so it's not going to be... Oh, there's another Therizina. It's... Oh, that's creepy. It's just looking at me through the trees. In the shadows. Yeah, it's daytime, so the Trudon shouldn't be an issue. Gotta watch out for these bugs. Bugs are actually surprisingly dangerous. They hit you and they destroy your stamina, and then you can't run away, and then they just wail on you and kill you. Where'd you go? Yeah, as I say, I saw you. I was hoping you didn't aggro. Ooh. Oh no, I'm in trouble. I don't have a spear. Oh my god, there are so many! Oh, you got around. There it goes. That was at least 6 of them. Because I killed 3. Oh, I forgot to look at the bed respawn thing and why it needed a cooldown. I'm guessing that's some setting and I just forgot about. Alright, let's grab a couple spears. Drop all this crap. Ooh, I only have the 1 spear. Oh. Better hope things work out in my favor. Stupid rail. Yeah, so see, even Dillos are not that dangerous, but once they get into groups and there's high level ones, yeah, they can mess you up pretty easy. Keep an eye out for that Therizinosaur. See, because that's the other thing that was messing me up. I knew the Therizinosaur was right next to me, so I was worried about that, about running into that. Of course you aggroed. I gotta make sure those bugs didn't aggro, because the bugs are aggroed by dead bodies. Oh, that was not the right button. Why did you not shoot? I hit R2 and he sprinted. I missed. Yeah. Alright. Let's get some meat. Did my armor break? No. And let's try and get these arrows back. Here's a packy. Why can I not look at your level? You're only level 20, but you're mate boosted. I might take a packy. I've never taken one before. Like I said, I'm looking for an iguanodon. Ooh, a foo. Level 85. Level 20. Never tamed a Foo either. Oh, here's the other. Those arrows are gone. Yeah, I was mainly hoping to find their bodies and try and get my arrows back, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Alright, screw it, let's tame a Foo. I'm sorry, it's not called a Foo. It's a Mesopithecus. They're really nice. You carry them on your shoulders, and they throw poop. And oh, I scared that one. I didn't see it until the last second. They throw poop. Oh, it scared the other one. Oh, scaring one scares both of them. Okay. I gotta wait for him to de-aggro. They throw poop at whatever attacks you, and it snares them. So like those dillos, he could have been throwing poop at those dillos and snared them, and given me a chance to back up and get some room, and to get a few more headshots in. So, to tame them, you need measure berries. It's a active tame, or a passive tame. I was getting backwards. But anyways, you need to stick food up its butt. Alright, so once I get my health up, my weight up to 250, my health's at 200, and my movement speed's at 113, from here, typically, you can either continue bumping your health up. I typically start working my fortitude, because we're going to start running around and exploring the island. We're going to go up in the cold biomes and stuff. Having a high fortitude is going to help with survivability. Alright, so now I need to find that Mesopithecus, or Methopithecus, whatever it is. There he is. The level of them doesn't really matter because they can't really do anything too outstanding. So a high level one is just going to be harder to tame. But tame them. Put measure berries in your last slot. Sneak up on them. You have to get close. Mesopithecus. You have to get close without touching them. You gotta be careful. Come on, give me the prompt. Come on, give me the prompt. There it goes. Yeah, okay, so I was just a hair out of its range. Alright, you see, and you stick a berry up its butt, and it eats it. And it's kind of hard to see because I have to be close to him for the thing to pop up. I have to be looking down, too. Oh, I thought I heard the Therizinosaur. And it takes a few minutes before he'll eat again, but you just need to keep following him. Oh, what's your poop? Now they can see you, you just can't touch them. What did I just hear? I thought I heard a raptor. So he's taming. Okay, I barely saw it. It's a little more than halfway up. Another cool thing about Mesopithecus is that they actually get weight reduction on everything. Now they can't carry a whole lot, but if you put whatever you put in their inventory, when you pick them up and carry them on your shoulder, whatever they're carrying is cut in half. So it's not a good way. It's not like a backpack because you can't quickly access the inventory. But if you're going across the island and you're planning something big, it's pretty good. They're nice to carry along with you. Alright, one more feeding and he should be ours. And like I said, with these guys, don't worry about taming effectiveness or anything like that. Because they can't really do much. And these things, they have no health. If you're carrying one with you and you get attacked and you die, it will die. Like, it's going to happen. you go through these things fast, but they're really, really useful for having that snare attack. There we go. Alright, now in honor of Flinger, I'm going to name this one Foo, because that's what he names all of them. And there you go. We tamed one. He's on our shoulder. Let's switch to Orbit. There we go. He's just hanging out on our shoulder. Oops, I forgot the controls are all weird. He just hangs out on our shoulder like that. When we get attacked, he attacks. The snare is a poison. It does do damage over time. It's not much. His attack's only going to be like 1 or 2. It's not really going to make a big difference unless it's something like a Dillo or like a Pegomastax that's like less than level 10 or something. But there we go. We got ourselves a Foo. If you want to get him off your shoulder, double tap triangle and you toss him down. Right now he's on following and everything. Let's just take a peek at his stats. Yeah, see 300 health. Weight 85. Melee damage is 1,000. What? Now I am. Wow, his movement speed was 240. Come on, access his inventory. There we go. 230. That's insane. But he's just gonna be hanging out on our shoulder now. So now back on the hunt for a Iguanodon. Because there's usually one that spawns over here. Not always, but usually. That was a turtle. Alright, so as we go this way, we gotta watch for bugs. They might just sprint through. Because, yeah, the bugs, they suck. If you can get them from far away, if you can snipe them, you're good. It's a good source of chitin. But the problem is usually you don't see them until they hit you. And that's when it's that's when it's too late. Because then your stamina is just shot. It's gone after that first hit, and it's hard to get away. And they aggro forever. They will literally chase you across the not across the map, but they'll chase you for very, very far if you're on foot. Coming up to a bug location. Yeah, right around where this plant, this X plant is. There's usually some bugs. So let's just sprint straight through, try and avoid them. Alright, see things running. These bugs we should be okay with. Something attacked that parasaur up there. Like I said, there should be another raptor around here. I mean, it very well could have just been a Dillo. I'm just trying to listen for whoever attacked it. I don't see anything. Now over here, for the most part, you should be pretty safe. If you're really unlucky, you can get saber-tooths over here, but that's only happened like twice. It's very rare. I am not seeing any Iguanodons. Yeah, I had a saber-tooth. It was up there and came down and attacked me, but they typically don't even spawn up there. So I don't even know how it got up there. Ooh, a tech parasaur. What level are you, bud? 18, you suck. Here lately, tech parasaurs, it used to be that if you saw a tech parasaur, there was a good chance it was over level 120. But I guess they tweaked the settings and changed it, because now most tech parasaurs, or most techs I come across, are under level 50. And I think we are SOL. I'm not even seeing... There's usually 2 Ankies over here. I think I just saw... There's those stupid seagull birds. Sorry if you hear the dog barking. It's my sister's dog. The thing's such a pain. It loves to bark, and the smallest thing sets him off. And he'll just bark and bark and bark until somebody yells at him. Ooh, a 140. We might... Alright, I might just settle with you. What level are you? Oh, 20. Okay, you're moving. It was hard to see the numbers. Stegosaurus. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock out that 140, because that's pretty good. Alright, so, use a bolo. Wait, you are the 140, right? Yes. What are you? You're a male. That'll work. Trank darts to the face. Yeah, it's like all trank darts, they do a flat out torpor damage, and then it applies a dot. So with most of these, you don't need to shoot them as much as you need to. Like, what is that? I took like 5 darts? 6. I probably could have just shot him 3 times, and that would have taken him out. But he would have escaped, ran away. Who knows where he would have gone before he actually passed out. So, once a creature's knocked out, you can either throw food on it right away, you can let it starve out. How you want to tame it's going to depend on where you're taming it, what you're taming. Some creatures, they have really high health, and their torpor drains very fast, and their food drains very slow. So instead of wasting a lot of narcotics on it, it's good to let it just drain, because its food's going to drain, and then once it wakes up, attack it, or knock it out again, and then from there, then you start giving it food. No matter what, it's not going to be, no matter how you do it, it's going to take the same amount of time. What affects how long it takes to tame a dinosaur is what you give it. If you give them kibble, that's going to be the fastest way to tame it. Sorry, I thought I saw something. If you give it kibble, that's going to be the fastest way to tame it. If you give it, like this one, I'm not sure what kind of kibble it wants, but if I were to give him kibble, he'd probably get up in 1 bite. So it would only it'd take less than a minute to tame them. I don't have kibble, so I'm going to give them measure berries. Measure berries is one of the worst things to use, but it works. But it's just a parasaur. It's not anything special, so I'm not too worried about it. Plus, with taming effectiveness jacked up, with my settings jacked up, and with the game settings higher than what they used to be, it's going to be fairly effective. It won't take long. Oops. That's something you got to be careful when you're gathering resources. Yeah, if you have a shoulder pet, you'll throw them, because it reads the triangle inputs. So you have to gather resources slow. If you just smash gather, you'll throw them like I just did. But we got 24 measure berries. Honestly, for that's probably enough. Wow, I'm not getting any measure berries from these bushes. There we go, 29. I guess a 20 is probably enough, even for a 140. But we'll go ahead and do the extras. So let's go ahead and throw the measure berries on. give him the... Come on. There you go. Give him some narco berries. He's already eaten 3 times. And look at that. This is 4. 5. He's at 52%. His food drains fairly fast, and his torpor goes... And parasaurs, their food drains fairly fast, and their torpor goes down slow. You see, in that minute it took me to talk about taming and to gather the Meji berries, he's already more than halfway done. Really easy tame. Let's go ahead and throw that stuff down. Can I make a parasaur saddle? I cannot. What do I need? Wood. Easy. Let's take a peek at his stats before he gets up. 1200 health, that's it's average. Stamina 1000, that's okay, that's average. Weight 614, that's okay. Melee damage is 220, I think that's high for a parasaur. Now remember, each dinosaur has a base damage, and then when their melee damage is a percentage of that. So this one, whatever this base damage is, it's plus 1.25% of that, pretty much. I don't think I just explained that right, but you know, you get the idea. So a parasaur having 220% damage is not as good as a triceratops having 130% damage. Triceratops hits much harder, so it even having a lower percent melee damage means it's still going to have higher damage than a parasaur will. Alright, so let's name them Perry the Parasaur. And what did your stats ended up being, Perry? So 1481. Stamina. Wow, your stamina's up. Wow. You got a big boost to your stamina. Your weight was good, but it didn't go up by much. That's not good. And your melee damage is 932. So again, solo settings, so the numbers are greatly inflated. Oops, let's actually give you... Did I not actually make the saddle? No, I got distracted. Let's make the saddle. Come on. Come on. There it goes. Boom. And we got ourselves a parasaur. So now it's going to be a lot faster, a lot easier to get around, a lot safer. And if you don't know, parasaurs are really good at gathering berries. They're okay at gathering thatch. Like I said, they're kind of fast, but they can carry a lot of weight. That's the big bonus, is they can get around while carrying a lot of stuff. So it's a good way to get around the island. Alright, so we're still looking for a iguanodon and for an Anki. I haven't seen any. Let's check up here on this edge. Oh yeah, real quick. Alright, so leveling them, again, because I'm on solo settings, check out this health bump he's going to get. If you play on standard settings, you're not going to get this big of a health bump. Most of the time, a good health with a good stats, a good health bump is a little under 200 health. Yeah, I just got almost 1,000 health in one bump. Again, that's standard settings. Stupid compy. Seriously? They're hitting for 59. Not great at all, but not bad either. And you heard Fu attacking. Can't find the other ones. Oh well, that's fine. So, and now one thing to be careful about is that you can see I'm starting to get the health warning and everything. He's not actually dying. His health is going up and stuff. He's just trying to recover that from the massive health bump he got. But But with herbivores, you have to have veggie cakes to heal them, to force heal them. With carnos, you can just force feed them meat and they'll heal up. It's not a lot of health, and it takes some time, but you can heal them up on your own. With herbivores, you have to give them veggie cakes, and veggie cakes are fairly hard to make. You need tree sap and honey to do, which you can get early on, but you need to know what you're doing. You gotta be careful. And again, I am not seeing any Ankies or iguanodons over here. But another nice thing about parasaurs, they get a good bit of stamina, but they don't need a high number of stamina, because these guys they can run forever. The biggest use of their stamina is attacking. So, but as you saw, his damage, it was like what, 80 something. That's with standard settings. His regular, or that's with the enhanced settings. With standard settings, he is not going to be hitting anywhere near that hard. He is only going to be doing like 40 damage, maybe 50. That's about it. So that's why he's doing this good. So now when you go up this high, be careful. So like I said, you can get saber-tooths. The higher you go, the more dangerous it gets. So we're going to start coming across more raptors, saber-tooths, possibly saber-tooths, Argentavises, Troodons. And this section of the map is actually very, very heavy with Therizinosaurs. They're just typically up higher. If you're unlucky, you can get a bunch of them. It looks like we're unlucky. You can get a bunch of them down over this area. I've seen like 5 of them wandering around. That really sucked. Or you can get none. Which way are you going, dude? So I'm going to try and sneak past you. This is about where we were at when we got the crystal. Okay, see, because his just walking, and I'm barely faster than he is, so you got to be careful when you're passing him. There's a Fioma. My torch is still out. Yeah, especially over here. There's usually a large raptor pack up here. I don't see anything mindless or wildly running around. That's a Diplo. You gotta be careful of him. Diplos don't hurt you. They just push you. But we're next to a cliff. Like, he can send us flying off the cliff, and the fall will kill us. I'm not seeing any iguanodons up here either, just triceratopses. And I think where we got the crystal was further over off that direction. So let's look for a path down. I should have passed one. Yeah, right here. Kind of. Yeah, I've actually tamed a raptor pack on top of this rock. I was on foot. I jumped up there. And they can run up here this way, but I jumped on top of this side and then jumped up to there, and they couldn't reach me, and I was able to knock out 5 raptors on top of that. Oh yeah, you stupid dillos. I'm back. Well, I already killed the other one, but... Oh, why'd you take a lot? Oh, those other ones were mate boosted. That's why I was only doing 85 damage to them. Yes, it was actually hitting for 111. Let's bump up your health for survivability. How's that meat in my inventory doing? It's not ready to spoil yet. Because now that I have a parasaur, we can really jack up the narcotics. It's a blue drop. We should be high enough level for that. Let's go check it out. And unfortunately, I didn't see a single iguanodon. That really sucks. I didn't look in all spots though. Kind of just went in a circle, so I missed some stuff in the middle. Got parasaurs. That loot drops in an awkward spot. Oop. Oh, I can back up. Okay. I should be able to get back up. What do you got for me? Blueprints, compass, and the metal foundation. Oh, a tech parasaur. Or is that the same? No, that's not the same one. The other one was like a light green on its back. I keep forgetting I have this. Level 30. You suck. Now, one thing you might want to do though is once you see tech parasaur or any tech, just kill them. Something just wildly ran into the water. Was that an Oviraptor? Or was that the Troodon? Actually, now that I have a mount, I might want to start killing these Troodons. That way... Oop. Where are you? Oh, it is an Oviraptor. I thought it was a Troodon. Oh, there's raptors. Oh no, yeah, it's a Dillo. One more stuff on. Oh, I'm being attacked by a fish. I was like, what's attacking me? I don't even care about the fish. I'm like, whatever. Alright, so this is... We've gone in a full circle. We are back where we tamed Perry. Again, I'm not seeing any in the Anki is the really disappointing part. It would have been nice to get a iguanodon. Finding the 140 parasaur, that's nice, but I really wanted an Anki because it means if we're not finding any Ankis up here, we're gonna have to go on a damn expedition to find them, and they can be very hard, or they can be in very dangerous places. Yeah, there's a heavy parasaur population. Like, parasaurs are normally over here, that's fine, but there's usually like a couple of them. Like, I think that something happened and parasaurs took over the spawns. So we got one more direction to check before we call it quits and head back. And it's actually in the direction of where we found Fu. Just keeping an eye out, trying to listen for anything. Man, this really sucks. The Ragnarok maps is usually pretty consistent. If you find something in an area, there's usually a good chance you'll always find it in that area. But every now and then you have stuff like this happen. Stupid Dillo. Oh, I was like, why is that parasaur screaming and running? Nothing happened to him. Just need to keep an eye out for that there Xenosaur that was down here. Take care of these Troodons. You see, he hit me. Troodons are very, like I said, during the day that they're pretty tame. At nights when they become dangerous. They have a torpor attack, and they'll knock you unconscious. And then once you're unconscious, they just eat you. Not a fun thing. And they're really scary because their eyes glow. So all you see is like a bunch of these glowing dots just rushing at you. So this was about where we tamed the Foo, or the Mesopithecus. I was hoping to find... an Iguanodon over here, and it doesn't look like I'm going to. Yeah, parasaurs are just... they're rolling deep over here for some reason. And I don't see what happened to that Therizinosaur either. I hope he didn't wander close to base. Well, this sucks. He is starting to wander towards our base. Dang it, dang it, dang it. You see, with Iguanodon, I might actually be able to take him once it's leveled up a bit. Yeah, with a few bumps into health and 1 or 2 bumps into its melee damage, my Iguanodon could take it. But at this rate, no. Not with this Parasaur. Yeah, he's not in stasis. So as long as he stays over there, we're okay, but the chances of that happening are slim. Well, that's frustrating. Well, we got Parasaur, so I think that's going to wrap up this episode. The main goal of it, yeah, was to find an Anki or a Iguanodon, but we got some taming done, and I can get my, like I said, I can get my narcotics up. But now that we have a crossbow, we can tame almost everything. Like literally, you can tame Allosauruses. Allosauruses is like a T-Rex. They don't hit as hard, and they don't have as, oh no, yeah, they don't hit as hard, and they don't have as much health, but they're a lot faster. They have a much higher DPS. T-Rexes are more tanky than Allosauruses are. But you can tame a Allosaurus with just a wooden taming pen and a crossbow. I've done it. It's not smart. You need to be aggressive with your shots because you need to kill it before it breaks out of the taming pen. But, oops, I didn't mean to throw that. But it's possible. Possible to do. So, you see just going around for a minute or two on the Parasaur. All hundreds of narco berries. Hundreds of it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take a little break. And I think after that, I might wander around, do some exploring, try and see if I can find a Iguanodon. Like I said, they're really, really cool. There's another reason I want them. Because it's an early version of a Thylacoleo. Thylacolios are one of the top tier mounts of the game, and a Iguanodon is like an early version of it. You can handle doing on, like I said, with one that's leveled up with a couple points into melee and health. You can easily tank stuff, and you can tame sitting on the back of it, like you can with a Thylacoleo. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you found it entertaining, and I'll see you next time.